Hi, good afternoon. All. This is Loris from Getting Gigs, and today I'd like to talk to you about four companies that have transcription work that you can work from home, making a little bit of money to help supplement your income. If you can go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. First of all, this is Dolores. I'm from Getting Gigs, and my goal is to work 100% remotely, 100% of the time, working side hustles and gigs, so that way I never have to go into a regular 9 to 5 job ever again. In order for me to do that, I have to find side hustles and gigs and remote work that I can do to pay my bills. And my goal is to make between $200 and $500 a day. And as long as I'm able to do that, I continue to go on this route. And I plan on doing this the rest of my life until, I don't know, 15, 20 years from now when it's time for me to retire. So I've been doing this for a little bit over a year now. And so far it's working well. So this is one of the type of side hustles and gig that I try off and on. Because there's other positions out there that you can make more money for. You can do phone calls, you can do AI work, you can do like receptionist work. There's other remote work that you can do that pays a little bit more money. But this is one of those ones where, like, if you don't have work there, you can fill in the gaps with this type of work. But if you're really good at this, like if you're really good at transcribing, this might be a good job for you. Like if you're really good at typing, you're a fast typer, then why not try it? Anyways, let's go ahead and give you those four companies. I'll put the link down below for all four of them. And I'll also put a link to another company that they have a lot of positions out there. I've applied for several jobs with them. I haven't heard back from two of them, but I heard back from the other two that I didn't get hired for. But I have seen that other people have gotten hired for them, so why not? So I'll just put the link for them. That'll just be an extra one that I'll add at the end. So the first one is a company called Rev.com. I have it on their freelancers page because I wanted to go through these quickly so that way I can give you all four in a short period of time. And it says that you can create a flexible work schedule, choose from hundreds of jobs, get paid weekly, and then all you need to do is fill out the information. And you can either be a transcriptionist or a captioner. Now, you just check either learn more on either one of them to see which one you want to do. They'll tell you whether or not like you're going to need any special type of equipment, or anything with that. And you also probably have to take a test for this one. I remember taking a test for it. It's been a little while since I applied for this one. But, that's the first one. This one I put first because I think it's one of the more reputable ones that I've seen out there. Like they've been around for a little while. Okay, so now here goes the second one. Oh, I did show you the. Hopefully you got to see the price for them, the range per minute. See how the high range is like $1.10 on each of these. So if you're doing it per minute, you do an hour. That's 60 something dollars an hour. But the reality is, like, they always put these high ranges, and like unless you can type super fast, you're not gonna hit that. Like, unless you can do that typing that fast. Or maybe you have a little tool that you can use to do it for you to help you out here. Wink, wink. Anyways, so that's the price range. This one's a little bit lower. Starts lower. At the transcription starts at 30 cents, and the captioner starts at 54 cents. Okay, now let's go to the second one. The second company is called Go Transcript. I also have this one on their jobs page, and then it shows you can make up to $1.75 per minute. And then it's got a two-step application, and they're hiring for over 40 plus languages. So this one, I'm imagining that you could be from different countries because if they have 40 different languages, some of those languages aren't going to be from the United States, but there's not going to be everybody from every language here. So I would go ahead and, just try this one out. It's probably going to be the same way as the other one. I think when I applied for this one, I think I remember having to do a typing test about it. And this might be one of the ones that was put on a waiting list. I can't remember exactly for this one. But I did like the fact that this one was paying more per minute. But once again, that's like the high range. So just keep that in mind when you apply for these, that the high range is usually not what you're going to get. You got to be a super fast typist and have no errors. Okay, that's the company number two. And the third company is called Transcribe Me. Now, it says, I have it on the freelance page on this one as well. And it says start freelancing. You have to fill out a form. and then it tells you what the pay is. They tell you by hour on here. I actually kind of like that better because it gives you a more realistic approach of how much you're going to make. And then it says the starting is at 15 to 22 per hour, audio hour, and then you can earn about 250 monthly. So like these, you're definitely not going to quit your 95 job for any of these. But like I said, this is like supplemental income. Like I have one specific one that I do that it's not transcribing, it's another position that I do. I don't make much money on there. I make 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there, 20 bucks there. It pays my car insurance and it pays my electricity. So, like when you like rule things out, think about what it could pay if you do that. Like right now I could be watching TV. Like a minute ago I did a survey. That survey paid enough for me to buy something tomorrow. Like, like those little dollars here and there, they add up. So instead of watching TV, I'd rather do a survey. Instead of listening to the radio, I'll do a survey. Instead of like doing, I don't know, watching a movie, I can do surveys, or I can do, you can do transcribe, you can do something else. And some of them, like if they're not too hard, you can do both at the same time. You can have it listening in the background. You're supposed to concentrate, but I'm just saying. Just rethink how you think about how you're doing this, so that way you can make money while you're doing other things. Okay, so for this is for Transcribe Me, and it shows you the $15 to $22 an hour, and then it shows you have freedom and flexibility, and then it has like a couple reviews down here, and then it tells you how they get paid by PayPal down here. Like I said, each of these I'm not going into depth with them because there's four of them. I want to get through all four of them, and I want to give you the links down below. Now the fourth one, this one is one I have never done a video about. This one, it's called Speak Right. Now for this one, I did not see too many reviews for them out in Glassdoor. I tried searching online for other reviews. There's not too much out for them, but it was weird because this one came up when I was looking for something else, and I was doing like an AI, like you're on AI and you're searching for stuff, and they recommended this one. Like, oh, this is a company you can do transcribe work for. I was like, I've never heard of it. Like, they didn't say anything good about it. Like, they didn't say anything, good or bad, but they mentioned this one. So for this one, I'm gonna put the link for this one down below. And it tells you, to watch out for scams. And if it's not coming directly from them, the email, then watch out, be careful. Understandable. And then it just tells you what you need. You can't live in California to do this one. And then you have to be fluent in English for this one, and then 60 words per minute. So that's what I was saying. Like, you really kind of need to know how to type for some of these. Some of the other ones I've seen, they don't really, like, you do more than 35 words a minute. They don't care. It's just your average of pay per hour is going to go down because the slower you are, the less you make. And then it tells you what you need in terms of computer wise. And you need headphones for this one and a foot pedal. And they'll tell you whether or not you need it, when you need it, if you need to order one. That's one of the reasons why one of these I did not do, is because I didn't want to buy a foot pedal. But I mean, if you're good at this and you want to do it, if they tell you, I wouldn't buy the foot pedal unless you get hired, like, and they say you're okay to do the work. And I would price it out first to see if it's worth the value for you. Because like if it's $10, that's maybe worth it. But if it's like $50, I'd weigh it whether or not you're going to get enough work on here to pay you back to get the cost of that foot pedal back and the headphones to listen. I would just weigh it for that terms of that situation. And if they recommend one for you for the foot pedal, I'd Google it and search on Amazon and different websites to see if you can find it cheaper. Because sometimes these people, like, their goal is just to sell you the foot pedal. I'm not saying that this company's doing it, but some of the other companies that require you to do background checks for some jobs, they only want you to pay for the background check. You're never going to get a job with them. I'm just saying that that's happened to me. I paid for a few background checks for a couple jobs. Never got hired. I think they just wanted to pay $25 to do the background check. Anyways, this is Dolores from Getting Gigs. I'll put the link to all four of them down below. What I normally do in cases like this, if I'm not 100% sure about a company, like that last one, that one's new to me. I never heard about them. Heard about the other three. I've signed up for all the other three before. One of them I know for sure I didn't do any work on at all. And I know one of them required the foot pedal. And then the other one, I think I just, because I was doing other work, I didn't do any work on there. So those three I know were legit, but this fourth one I never heard of it before. But I'm putting it out there because it seems like it's they have work out there. Seems like it's a viable option. But for me, when I do these type of jobs that I'm not 100% sure of, I use a special email address. Like I have a special email account that I use for jobs that I apply for that I'm not 100% sure about. I log in there once a day, see if I get any emails or updates from those companies, and then I know who. Like if I get an update from them saying that they're not interested in me, I know to unsubscribe to whatever they signed me up for. I block them or whatever, just so that way, if it is a scam, they don't have all my information yet. Like they only have parts of me. Like you have to give up your name, you have to give up your email address. You gotta trust them to a certain point. Also, too, like for some of these, what I usually do is I look to see if I could find how long they've been in business. Like they say for this one, they've been in business since 1997 for Speak Right, and I actually did Google that, and I did find that they've been around since 1997. So I don't think it's a scam. But for me, like if I'm iffy, I'm gonna do my special email address. I'm not gonna use my regular phone. Anyways, till next time, this is Loris from Getting Gigs. I put the link to all four down below. Hopefully, I mean, if this is something you want to do, I would go ahead and apply for them. And what's the worst case scenario? They say no. They say no. You move on to the next one. Till next time. Bye.